Good evening and thank you for joining us. Carly, I guess people are kind of getting their football fixed a little bit early, obviously way before the CFL gets started.
Yes, that's right. Training camp about a month away now for the CFL, but the Red Dogs have a very big game tonight in Edmonton. They need to win now in order for them to get that divisional championship again. There's a little bit more that has to happen, but hopefully they can control a little bit of their destiny by getting it done tonight.
Right. We'll wish them the best of luck, definitely, and look forward to that story later on. Gerard, what are we looking forward to in the weather?
Well, the weather situation is just like yesterday, running that precipitation chance. We may see some showers later on. In fact, today's been an overcast kind of day, the sun peering out at intervals, and we've seen that happening in the later course of the afternoon so far. Got to a high of 14 today, just at around 3 o'clock. We're sitting at 13 now, 46% is that humidity. It is climbing. The wind is steady out of the north at 18 kilometers an hour. And as we compare to what's happening to you guys in the Lakeland region, you've pushed up to 14 since about 4 o'clock. And in the Battlefords, sitting pretty with all of the sunshine at a plus 13.
We'll begin tonight with an update on a story we brought you earlier this week. Relief may be on the way for some residents of Sun Country Village, a trailer park just outside of St. Paul. Residents were told they had until May 25th to remove their belongings from the premises due to a court order issued on March 17th. It granted ownership of the trailer park to a different company after the previous landowner defaulted on the mortgage, and now the company has foreclosed on the property.
Well, we don't know all the details of the circumstances just yet, but we're concerned about what we are hearing. Now, under the legislation, mobile home park landlords are generally required to provide 6 months or 1 year notice depending on the circumstances.
The eviction notice was signed by Tim Latner, who declined to comment when contacted. Service Alberta says until they know the reason of the termination of tenancy and how long the residents have been tenants, they can't say what the next step is.
Court order, we do need some time to look at this in more detail. We're sending some investigators there up to St. Paul on Monday to meet with the tenants and hopefully the landlord as well to determine all of the different, all the facts.
And we'll end up having more details on the story once Service Alberta speaks to tenants and the landlord at Sun Country Village. The build began this morning on the latest house being constructed by Habitat for Humanity, a duplex for 2 lucky families in Lloydminster. As Robert Buffum explains, those helping to build it also felt fortunate.
A small army of hammer-wielding volunteers, cheerfully building a home. Some of them newbies.
When you're not used to swinging a hammer, it's definitely like your arms start to tingle and that kind of thing, but it's good.
This unpaid labor from a local high school and an investment firm are fast learners.
The first little bit, it was everybody didn't know what they were doing, but the guys gave really good direction and I think it's going very well.
Brower's glad to be here.
Other than, I think it's a great opportunity for anybody that wants to come out and help.
All ages and skill levels are welcome.
As long as you can pick up a hammer and put a few nails in for us, we'll take anyone. We have kids that are 13 and 14 years old that come out and help, and people as old as 70 that come out and help us.
Bishop Kirby is another volunteer who feels blessed.
It is an awesome experience. It's just so rewarding for yourself at the end of the day.
She says anyone can pitch in.
There's physical labor involved, but if you can't help out physically, there's a lot to do. There's cleanup, there's ladies here running to get coffee, water, lunch. You know, every little bit helps.
This morning's effort got the foundation started, but volunteers are still needed every Friday and Saturday. With enough help, it's expected the final product should be hammered out in about 2 months. Robert Buffum, Newcap News.
This week is National Public Rail Safety Week. As part of their mandate to educate the public, officers with the Canadian Pacific Police Service have been making the rounds in the region, and today they were in Lloydminster. There are 37,000 railroad crossings in Canada, and while accidents sometimes happen for reasons beyond anyone's control, usually they are preventable.
It could be due to inclement weather, but usually it's a high-risk behavior like speeding, can't stop in time, or they try to beat the train because in the past they know they've had to wait for a length of time and they don't want to wait.
There are also dozens of incidents involving pedestrians last year, and very often the person is killed or very seriously injured, and often the people are also trespassing.
There are instances where a train will be stopped at a legal crossing, maybe with a sidewalk, and for whatever reasons they're stopped for a while. We have pedestrians that will either climb under the train or between them, not knowing that the train is about to move.
When approaching a crossing, people should try to avoid becoming distracted with cell phones or iPods and stop, look, and listen.
One locomotive is 110 tons. So if you have 2 locomotives and a number of cars behind it traveling at, say, 45, 50 miles an hour, it may take them, a kilometer and a half to 2 kilometers to come to full and complete stop.
Having a world-class facility means the big names will come to your small town. We'll have the story of the Bold Center in Lac La Biche and more after the break.